And good Wednesday morning. Already hump day as we begin this day. One thing to keep in mind, without a doubt, this morning is to leave early. There is a lot of fog in the area. Northern Lauderdale County has some as it gets a little bit thicker as you go up 39. We'll do the breakdown here in a minute. But Kemper County, Noxubee County, areas of Newton County, on into Winston County, up through Starkville, it is very, very thick. Visibility is low. They have not issued a advisory, but nonetheless, we've got heavy fog. And this stretches on into Alabama. We'll look at the map here in a minute. So allow about 15 minutes extra if you've got to go somewhere this morning because it's going to be thick in areas that you can't see. We'll get into all of that. Again, it is Wednesday. How are you? I certainly hope your day is treating you well as you begin a new day and we head toward the weekend. Now, important before you walk out the door, grab you a umbrella. Make sure that you've got that. Chances of rain are up there today, and it most likely will happen after lunchtime. We'll do the breakdown on that also. Coming up, we'll tell you all about the hurricane situation of what's brewing, where it is, what we've got right now. We've got all that lined up for you there. Let's see. Candace will be in here in just a little bit. We'll tell you all about what's going on in the community, what's shaking going on, what it's all about. So join us beginning at 8 this morning. I hope you'll do that. Right now, 69. We are several degrees warmer than we were last week when we were sitting at 51, 53. That's a big difference there, 69 this morning. So we're headed for a high of about 81 today. We'll do the breakdown here in just a second and get that going. Good morning goes out to Janie Birdtail. How are you today? Glad you're watching along with Charlotte Gray. Also, Miss LaWanda Grantham. Good to see you up this morning. Terry Ray. Philadelphia, foggy. I agree. It's thick there. Beth Vick is up. A foggy morning where you are too, Beth, along with Laura Lee. How are you? And James Sullivan. Very foggy. So we want y'all to get safe. You know, we had that wreck yesterday morning out on Highway 19 South. We had some fog yesterday also. And these can happen in the blink of an eye. If you've got to cross a 4-lane to get in the middle, anything like that, be careful. Be extra careful. Make sure to look triple ways. I know that sounds weird, but double check and then go back and check again before you dart out there. It's just not worth your life in anything that we do. Let's go ahead and pull up radar and show you just how bad conditions are out there as we look at this. Now, this is where we are. This is going to be Clark County. Let's start here. And let's turn on some locations and show you exactly what's going on here. As we get down just past Jay's Taxidermy, as you get right around where the landfill is there, and you get Carmichael, very thick there at Shady Grove Church in Crandall, right out there. Look at that. Thick, thick, thick. When you get to Shibuda, it gets even heavier. And as you go east from Shibuda, and this takes in all of Waynesboro, and you go over to Gilbertown, Alabama. How many folks we got in Gilbertown this morning? Sweetwater, all of this. Look at this, Thomasville, Alabama. Pine Hill, Coffeeville. It is thick beyond thick. And this is Highway 17, which is 2-lane. We all know that road very well. And it's going to be that way all the way through Butler. Now, it gets a little bit lighter at Butler, but the difference in between the two is very, very little. Over at Myrtlewood, as you come up on the paper mill, right in that area there, Pennington, all through there, that is some thick stuff. Now, as you go here, we come across into Jasper County, and we are showing it right here at Paulding, over at Montrose. This is Highway 15 into, as you go toward Newton. You're going to have areas all there through Lewin. Now, this area right here, although it is not showing on radar, there is fog. It's just not as thick as it is as you go northward. All right, let's look at this of what we've got here. Cuba, Alabama, if you're going to be anywhere over here by McElroy Trucking, right in that area there to York, Alabama, all the way to Livingston. Very thick at Livingston. Be careful. As you get into northern Lauderdale County, you'll look at this, and the extra thick is going to pick up right here at Russell. Again, this is 2-lane road right through here out to Tumsuba. Be careful as you're coming in. This is where the wreck was yesterday morning right here on 19. There is fog there out to Wynot, but not as thick as it is here. Northern Lauderdale County has it all over it. There's going to be school buses rolling, so we need to watch that from Chet's Paint and Body up to West Lauderdale Elementary over to the high school. 19 has got it. Now, let's look at this when we get into Kemper County. along about right here, when you hit right out past where the Ralph Morgan Rodeo is, and you get on that hill where you reach the Kemper County line, it's going to be thicker. By the time that you get to 2 Mile Bottom and come up on the Chicken Shack right there through Portable and make it to Scuba, it's going to be where visibility is very, very bad. Highway 16 all the way out to Geiger there, to where it meets Highway 17 there. All of this area back west toward DeKalb, Wahala, look here, Preston, thick. We get into this area west of here. Now, this is Cleveland and Kemper County, and you watch this 2-lane again. I warn you, Highway 16 to over to Philadelphia. Look how thick. And we've got it pretty bad through House in these areas up here to Philadelphia and all branches out of Neshoba County. But the further north you go, the thicker this is going to be. As you get into Winston County and western Noxubee County, this is Highway 14 into Louisville. Look how thick this stuff is. Over by the jail. As you come in here, this is going to be Janice Food. Look how thick that is. Noxapater northward as you get on right up here by Lake Teocata. Thick, on up into Starkville, up to Mississippi State. So those are the areas of concern as we turn back off locations where you just get a big picture of what's going on in the state of Mississippi. Look at that fog. Rain out to our west here in Beaumont, Texas. Wow. And if for some reason you're in Knoxville this morning or east of Chattanooga or up by Jackson, Tennessee, those areas have fog as well. But this area that we're looking at here is some kind of thick, and we just want you to get where you're going safe. We can't stress that enough this morning of what's going on. So be careful. No matter what you're doing, leave early. Portable there. Dense fog there at Portable there we're getting reports of. Hattiesburg, Laura Top wanted to know about Hattiesburg at this point. Right now, Hattiesburg does not have any fog as you look at this. Some rain to the west of Hattiesburg. Nothing heavy, but some light showers just west of there. Also, good morning to Steve McKinnon, him and his wife Wanda. And a good morning to Duck Lover. Glad you're here with us. Hello to you as well. But we've got light showers in the south part of Mississippi, nothing heavy there. As we go over to Pensacola, we're showing some pretty heavy showers there from there to Fort Walton Beach this morning. If you're going to be on the coast this morning enjoying yourself, maybe vacation, maybe some business, it's wet. Big rain here is what will affect us later there. Beaumont, look at that. If you've got to go, and I don't know the last time that you were on this road, but when you jump on this 10, when you get out of Slidell and you start heading toward Houston there and you get into that Beaumont construction from there all the way on the other side of Katy, Texas through there, it's some intense driving, let me put it that way. Well, Huntsville, Texas is as well, where the prison is. Some serious weather there. Now, we'll get into the forecast a little bit deeper here in just a second and go back to radar and show you what's going on again with all the tropics and what to expect maybe. It's a lot of uncertainty of what's coming over the next few days. We still got a hurricane out there, and we'll look at that here in just a moment. All right, let's look at our record highs and our record lows as we begin this day to find out exactly where we are and what we were doing on this day. As we look at this, it was 2019, not that many years ago, a couple of years back. It was 96 degrees on this date. I hardly remember that. Maybe they just all run together. We have to go back to 1967 to get that record low. It was 34 on this date. That's kind of chilly. Yeah, at the end of September. Wow. As we move forward, we're going to have afternoon showers as we look at this. We get here through the Meridian area, 84, 85, 81, anywhere in these low 80s is what's expected on the forecast. It's changed a little bit. I think they've dropped that down to 81. We'll look at my map here in just a moment here. As you go up through Philadelphia here, light shower activity, more rain out to the west is what we're showing there. As we move across and we look at Alabama, of course, there's going to be some areas of fog this morning throughout Alabama there. All right, let's look at this. And this is what the dense fog that the National Weather Service has been talking about. And this is going to stretch from Mississippi State over to Columbus as we go down and we look at all of these areas here over to Natchez on into Louisiana. Laurel, Hattiesburg, chances of it this morning. It's not thick there yet, but be careful if you're in those neck of the woods this morning. This is going to be to about mid-morning. Can't be too careful with that stuff. I can't warn you enough. All right, here's what we've got in tropics as we look at all of this. This is Sam. This is still a Category 4 this morning. I want to say, we'll look at it in a second. I want to say 132 miles an hour, wind gust of about 167. There's a 50% chance. This is Invest 91. This is Invest 90. A 90% chance that this is going to turn into a storm today. 50% chance on this one. This is the remnants of Peter that's out there. Just a 10% chance of it just still floating around there. We'll watch this. We'll look at the spaghetti models as we look at it. Still uncertainty, but this is most likely going to become something later today or tonight. It'll either be a tropical depression or storm. They're kind of unsure which way it'll go out of the gate. We're going to be watching that. As we look at what's going on here with Hurricane Sam, that path, again, staying away from the U.S. coastline, which is great news. It'll come just east of Bermuda. They'll get some wind and some rain out of it, but it will not be a direct hit, which is a good thing. Now, let's go back over to radar and dig into this so you can kind of see what's going on in the ocean as what we're seeing and what will happen with this. Let's turn on the tropics. And again, as we look at this, this is Sam this morning, a Category 4. 132 mile an hour winds and is 161 mile an hour gust. It's moving northwest at 9 miles an hour. Very slow storm. Still a Category 4. And as we look at this, by Saturday at 1 a.m., right after midnight, this will drop down to a Category 3, and by Sunday to a 2, and then Monday it'll drop back to a 1. So it's going to fizz out. And as we look at this, and this is Bermuda sitting here, it will be to the east of it there. They may get some wind and some rain, but not a direct hit, as I mentioned a moment ago, which is great news. Now, let's look at this as we look at these Invest models here. This is that one that I'm telling you that could be turning into either a tropical storm or depression today as we look at it off the coast of Africa. Most models have it going to the northeast here and missing us. There's a few models that may have it that will come this direction, but more and more, if you'll look at this, has it headed this way. And we hope that it stays that way. It's Mother Nature, though, and there is that chance that this could turn and come toward the Gulf. We'll watch it. Again, too early to really give it a pathway. So we've got to watch this, and again, it will become something later today. It could stretch into tonight, but most likely during the day we'll get a name out of this at some point as becoming something. So concern always with these storms is we're still into the hurricane season. It's not over yet. We certainly hope none of this comes ashore and messes or comes near the Gulf. I'll put it that way. But let's get back on this of what we've got going on with temperatures and everything. As we look at the temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days, this is the outlook. A little above average for us here in Mississippi and Alabama and most of Louisiana. Over to Georgia. We've got some normal temps happening now in Texas. If you happen to be in Texas, it's not a bad thing for you there. A little bit below there if you're going to be out in the Odessa, Texas area there. Yeah, that's where all the oil fields and everything is going on. So if you're out there a little bit below average there. As we look at our temperatures here, as we said today, pack up and make sure to carry yourself an umbrella with you. As we look at today, 60% chance of rain. What my system gives us, the National Weather Service, gave it a little bit more at 70, but we'll go with that 60% chance. It will most likely be after lunchtime till about 5 p.m., our greatest chances of there. So those afternoon showers, pretty much like what we got yesterday. Kind of nice. It got a little cloudy, and then a downpour came. High of about 81 today as we look at those temperatures there as it's down a little bit. As we move forward tonight, 30% chance of rain. As we move into tomorrow, we still got that 60% chance of showers tomorrow as well, and it'll come probably right around lunchtime. That may be tweaked a little bit there, but more afternoon, right around 11 o'clock, we should start seeing some thunderstorm activity. As we make it to Friday, looks better there for the weekend. I think we'll be okay. Slight chances of rain on Friday and Saturday, but we're back into the mid-80s there, 85, 86 as we head into the weekend. As the new week begins, as we go into Sunday morning, temperatures will drop 3 to 4 degrees. We'll get about 82, and it kind of goes down. We get into 81 as those rain chances move in on Monday and Tuesday. So let's go ahead and go into this the next few days there. And that's when we see the major temperature drop. We get into 77, 76. We'll stay in the rest of the 70s for the remainder of next week, which is not bad at all. We'll watch all this. It looks good, the forecast on the horizon, and sunshine that following week. And again, I remind you, we are dealing with Mother Nature, and well, it's not always going to do what it says it does. Sometimes it gets a little cooler, gets a little warmer, but that's a 2 week out. It's hard to tweak that. We know how it works in just a day's time of how the weather does. But again today, carry yourself an umbrella, leave early because we've got fog everywhere, and we want you to get there safely. Those are our two concerns today, umbrellas and visibility. How does that strike you? Make sure you're prepared for what's out there behind your back door as you head out. We also think, as we get ready for this, if you hadn't gotten ready for deer season yet, our friends at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply invite you by. There's going to be a lot of folks hitting the fields this weekend with tractors, bush hogging, and disking. If you're a part of that, make sure to check it all out and get your seed there. They've got it all for you, no matter what you're looking for. Wheat, ryegrass. Of course, they've got Rackmaster, kind of an all-in-one seed. It's great. Tickamani, that's good stuff, too. Also, if you're looking for Mobucks, you're getting into the attractants, which is that rice bran stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff. The peanut butter seems to be a favorite of folks there. This is the new thing that they've included there, the triple grip. It comes with the soybeans, peanuts, and corn. Not bad at all. They got plenty of that. Check that out while you're there at the Farm Supply. Along with any deer camera that you may be looking for, they've got those for you that come to your phone, or you can do the old SD card, whichever way. Deer cocaine and a whole lot more there for you there. Yeah, it's perfect when it comes to deer season there. Check it all out as we get into the pets. They got all of that for you there, including, well, the fall season as we do this corn galore. If you need a little bit to fill up those feeders, talk to them. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply, guns, ammo, and a whole lot more. Exit 151. They'll be there Saturday morning, bright and early, with the doors open at 7:30. And maybe you want to go ahead and get it all loaded and be ready for the weekend. Be prepared. Of course, that's not me. I never get that prepared and have it ready to roll at daylight. Just never seems to get into my plans. Let's see. We want to say good morning to Gloria Ming. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate that. She said she enjoyed the last few days. She lives on a dirt road with no rain. Nice. Boy, that's bad after you wash your car and you live on one of those dirt roads. Whew, we all know how that works. Let's see here. Bree Packer, good morning to you. Also, Rick Joyner, good morning to you as well. Thank you all for swinging by. As I said, we've got Candace standing by. We'll go live at 8 a.m. this morning to give you what's happening in the area. And we'll tell you about it. If you didn't read the article I put up about Alan Jackson, he's one of the favorites that we have in country music. Got a little illness, and we'll talk about that this morning also, what Alan's going through. Been suffering with it for about 10 years. Talk about that and many more stories. All this comes up this morning at 8. Join us here, Facebook, YouTube, or on television on MeTV 24, 248 on your Comcast channel, and 24.3 on your regular antenna. Any way that you want to watch us, we don't care, just so long as you're here with us. Thank you all so much. I'll see you very soon back here at Scotty Ray's Weather.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by